Hello students, welcome back to the class. We are discussing about quadratic equations. Among that, in our previous sessions, we have already studied about the standard form of quadratic equation and how to convert the given condition into a quadratic equation. In our previous session, we were studying about solving these quadratic equation by factorization method. Now let us continue the same problems again. Let us solve the statement problems, that is, let us first convert the given condition into a quadratic equation and then find its solution by factorization method. Okay, we were solving with the third questions, right? Find two numbers whose sum is 27 and product is 182. Sum is 27 and product is 182. What we are supposed to find? Find two numbers whose sum is 27 and product is 182. See, they have not given us two numbers. We need to find those two numbers. Okay, how we are going to consider it? Let the first number be, let us start solving solution. Let the first number be x and the other be how much? 27 minus x. Why 27 minus x? Because on adding these two numbers I should get 27. See, for example, I say that the sum of two numbers is 10. Okay, if I consider one number as 6, the other I should consider as 10 minus 6, right? Then only I am going to get it as 4. The same way I have done it. I said that let us consider two numbers where the first number is x and the second number is 27 minus x. They have given us the other thing. Its product is 128. Product in the sense what? That is x into 27 minus x. That is equals to 182. Now let us solve this. Okay. X into 27 is going to give me 27x, plus into minus is minus, x into x is going to be x square, which is equals to 182. Next, what I am going to get? I am going to get 27x minus x square plus 82. If I shift on the left hand side, I am going to get that as minus 182, which is equals to 0. So, let us arrange this in the decreasing order of degree. Okay, that is minus x square plus 27x minus 182 is equals to 0. Now, always for our easier side, what I will do is, we consider the term x square as a positive. So, multiply this entire equation with minus 1. Okay, multiply this entire equation with minus 1. I am going to get it as x square minus 27x plus 182 is equals to 0. See, now we found this equation in the form of ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, now we shall start factorizing it. That is, we need to find the factors of 182. That is, it should be in such a way that on adding I should get minus 27 and on multiplying I should get 182. That is, I want plus 182. But on adding, I should get what? I should get 27. So, what will be the factors? Let us say 13 into 14 is going to give me 182. So, how I will write this? Write it as x square. But see, On adding, I want minus 27. I have said you in the previous session that the two numbers which have same sign can be added. That is minus 13 minus 14 is going to give me 27. That is minus 27. So x square minus 13x minus 14x plus 182, that will be equal to 0. Okay. Now in both these terms x is common. Therefore x into x minus 13. I have said you people, right, that this is going to be the same. That is why first only I'll write x minus 13. See, I have taken x minus 13. I am left with minus 14, right? So just write down here as minus 14. This is equals to 0. Next, it means what? X minus 13 and x minus 13 is common. Take out common terms outside. That is x minus 13. Here I am left with x and here I am left with minus 14. That will be equal to 0. It means what? It means x minus 13 is equals to 0, or it means x minus 14 is equals to 0. So what we can say? We can say that the value of x will be equal to 13, and we also say that x may be equal to 14. So see, we want two numbers whose sum is 27, right? What happens if x is equals to 13 be first number? We want two numbers, right? Then what about the second number? Second number will be what? Will be equal to, we have 27 minus x. We have considered the second term as 27 minus x. Therefore, it is, what is the value of x we have considered? We have considered x is equals to 13. Then 27 minus 13. So now what is going to happen? Then the second number will be equal to 14. What if we both are positive numbers, right? What if we consider x is equals to 14? If x is equals to 14 be the first number, then what about the second number? The second number will be what? Will be 27 minus x. We have considered x here as 14. That is 27 minus 14 is going to be 13. So what are the things? What are the two numbers? The two numbers might be 13 and 14. So here important thing is to convert the given condition in a quadratic form. See, very simple. What they had given? Find two numbers whose sum is 27. We were not knowing the two numbers. That's why we considered the two numbers as x and 27 minus x. Now what the second condition is given? They gave its product is 182. So we wrote x into 27 minus x is equals to 182, and then factorize as we have already solved in. Okay. Now let us solve one more problem. Here the first and the most important thing is that to interpret the condition, to interpret the given condition in a quadratic form. Once we convert that into a quadratic form, we shall next factorize it. What is the second question given? The altitude of a right triangle. Okay. Find two consecutive positive integers. Find two consecutive positive integers. How are those two positive integers? Consecutive positive integers, sum of whose squares, sum of whose squares is, how much the sum is given? It is 365. See, they have asked us to find two consecutive integers. I have already explained what do we mean by consecutive, one after the other. The sum of consecutive positive integers, how they are, whose square, just they have not given the sum of two consecutive integers. See, read carefully. Two consecutive integers means x and x plus 1, right? What they have said, sum of whose means we considered two consecutive integers, sum in the sense what? Adding plus sign. How it is? Whose squares is not just the sum of these two numbers, but the sum of their squares, that is equals to 365. Okay. See, we just need to solve it step by step. Two consecutive integers, that is x and x plus 1. Their sum they said, that is why I added. But what actually they meant? They meant sum of whose squares, that is why x square plus x plus 1 whole square, that will be equal to 365. So, how I am going to write it? X square plus x plus 1 whole square is going to be what? Nothing but x square plus 1 plus 2x is equals to 365. X square plus x square, 2x square plus 2x plus 1 plus 365. If I shift it on this side, it's going to be minus 365. That will be equal to what? That is going to be equal to 0. Then I got 2x square plus 2x plus 1 minus 365. Minus 364 is equals to 0. What we got? We got 2x square plus 2x minus 364 is equals to 0. See students, by looking at this equation, can we feel that all the three numbers are the factors of 2? Of course, yes, right? That is why what we are going to do is, we are going to divide this equation by, dividing the entire equation by 2. Okay? Dividing entire equation by 2. Then what I will get? That is 2x square divided by 2 plus 2x divided by 2 minus 364 divided by 2, that will be equal to 0. Okay. Next, 2 and 2 is going to get cancelled, right? I am going to get it as x square. Again 2 and 2 is going to get cancelled. I am left with x. 2 ones are 2. Again 2 ones are 2. 1 is left. I am going to get 2 8s are 16. 2 2s are 4. Then that is minus 182. That is equals to 0. So, we found a quadratic equation. It is x square plus x minus 182 is equals to 0. Again, we are supposed to split it in such a way that the middle term should be plus 1. Just now we have found the factors of 182, right? 182 is what? 13 into 14. But it should be minus 182. It means what? One factor should be positive and the other should be negative. So, how we are going to consider that? On simplifying, I want plus 1. Plus 1 in the sense what? We should consider the bigger number as positive. So, what I will do? I will take this as plus 14 and this is going to be minus 13. So, how we can write? We can write it as x square minus 13x plus 14x minus 182, that should be equal to 0. Take out the common terms, that is x is common, left with x minus 13. Again write down here the same, x minus 13. What I am left? I am left with plus 14. This will be equal to 0. So x minus 13, taking out x minus 13 as common, that is x minus 13, I am left with x and plus 14, that is x plus 14 is equals to 0. It means what? It means x minus 13 is equals to 0, or it means x plus 14 is equals to 0. It implies what? It implies x is equals to 13, right? And also x is equals to plus 14. If it's going to shift on this side, it's going to be minus 14. We got two factors. But just read the question. They have said find two consecutive positive integers. Positive means we cannot consider x is equals to minus 14. Since two consecutive positive integers, therefore what we are going to consider? Therefore we consider x is equals to 13. So if x is equals to 13, what will be its next number? That is x plus 1, nothing but 13 plus 1, which is equals to 14. So we got the two consecutive numbers as 13 and 14. Okay. Now let us solve one more problem. That is, I hope you all are following these problems. The most important part of the questions are to interpret the given condition in the form of a quadratic equation. Okay. Now let us consider the next question. The altitude of a right triangle is, the altitude of a right triangle is, how much they have given? It is 7 centimeter less than its base. 7 centimeter less than its base. What they have given next? Less than its base. If the hypotenuse is 13 centimeter, if the hypotenuse is 13 centimeter, what we are supposed to find? Find the other two sides. Find the other two sides. Okay, this is the question given to us. What they have actually given, that is the altitude of a right triangle. Right means right angled triangle, okay, whose one angle is equals to 90 degree. Right triangle is 7 centimeter less than its base. What we will do is, let this be our right triangle. Okay, they have said that altitude is 7 centimeter less than its base. If the hypotenuse is 13 centimeter, they have given hypotenuse as how much? They have given that as 13 centimeter. Okay. Now what? We don't know what is base also. Let the base of the right triangle be. Let the base of the right triangle be how much? Right triangle be x, and its altitude will be, c. What they have given? It is 7 centimeter less than its base. 7 centimeter less than its base means whatever the value, whatever the base is, we need to subtract 7 from it. That is, if base is x, altitude is going to be x minus 7. We need to find these two sides of a triangle. We all know this Pythagoras theorem, right? What does that Pythagoras theorem states? From Pythagoras theorem, what does that state? If we say AB square plus BC square is going to give me AC square, right? What is AB here? AB here is x minus 7 square plus x square will be equal to how much? 13 square. A minus B whole square. X square plus 7 square is 49. Minus 2 into A into B means minus 2 into x, 2x. 2x into 7 is 14x plus x square, that will be equal to, what about 13 square? 13 square is 169. X square plus x square, 2x square minus 14x plus 49 plus 169, you just shift it on this side, it's going to be minus 169. This will be equal to 0. On further simplification, what I will get? 2x square minus 14x. See, I have plus 49 and minus 169. In the sense what? Two numbers with different signs. I should subtract and keep the bigger number sign. 169 minus 49 is going to be 120, right? 120, that will be equal to 0. So now what I got? 2x square minus 14x minus 120 is equals to 0. As we had solved the previous equation, here all the numbers are multiples of 2. So what I will do? Divide this entire equation by 2. Okay, then I am going to get that as x square minus 7x minus 120 is equals to 0. Now I need to get factors of 120. That is, sorry, minus 60. On dividing, how much I will get? Minus 60. Minus 16 should be that factors of 60. 12 5s are 60. 12 minus 12 plus 5, because I want here as minus 7. Okay. So how can I write it? I can write this as x square minus 12x plus 5x minus 60 is equals to 0. Taking out x as common, I get x into x minus 12. Again write down x minus 12 as it is. I am left here with plus 5, that is equals to 0. X minus 12 and x minus 12 is common. X minus 12 into x plus 5, that is going to be equal to 0. It means what? It means x minus 12 is equals to 0, or it's going to be x plus 5 is equals to 0. It means what? It means x is equals to 12, and what is going to happen? X is equals to minus 5. See here, since x is the side of a triangle, sides are always positive, right? Since sides are positive, we cannot consider x is equals to minus 5. Therefore, what we will consider? Since signs are positive, therefore x is equals to 12. That is base. It is base of the triangle. What about the altitude? Altitude we have written as x minus 7. Nothing but 12 minus 7, which is equals to what? 5 centimeter. base is 12 centimeter and altitude is 5 centimeter. I hope you all have followed this problem. Let us solve one more problem. Okay. So the next problem is, they have given a cottage industry produces a certain number of produces a certain number of pottery articles. Okay, pottery articles. A cottage industry produces a certain number of pottery articles in a day. It was observed that on a particular day, it was observed on a particular day that the cost of production of each article, of course in rupees, cost of production of each article in rupees was 3 more than twice the number of articles produced, the number of articles produced on that day. If the total cost of production on that day, total cost of production on that day was rupees 90. Find the number of articles produced. Find the number of articles produced and the cost of each article and the cost of each article. It looks like a very big question, right? Very simple. What they have given? They have said that a cottage industry that produces a certain number of pottery articles. They have not given what number of pottery articles. They have just said a certain number of pottery articles on that day. Okay. The cost of the product of each article. They have given the cost of the product of each article as how much? Was 3 more than twice the number of articles produced. So first, we don't know how many number of articles are produced. So what we will consider? Let the number of articles produced be is equals to, let the number of articles produced, let that be equal to x. Okay, we got now. Next, what we are going to do? cost of production of each article. Therefore, cost of production of each article. See how they have given the cost of production. It is how much? Well, 3 more than twice the number. 3 more means we need to add plus 3. Twice means how much? Whatever the number we have x, it's just twice. In the sense we got 2x plus 3. What is the cost of production of each article? It is 2x plus 3. So if the total cost production on that day was rupees 90, see, they have given the total cost of the production of on that day. That is how much? It is rupees 90. How we are going to write that? Total cost of production is equals to total cost of production. How much they have given? They have given that as rupees 90. And what we are supposed to find out? Find the number of articles produced and the cost of production of each article. So how I am going to write it? That is x into 2x plus 3, that is going to be how much? 90. Number of articles plus cost of production will be equal to how much? Rupees 90. Now simplify. X into 2x is going to be 2x square plus 3x, that will be equal to 90. Now 2x square plus 3x plus 90, if I shift it this side, it's going to be minus 90, which is equals to 0. Now to find out the factors, I should first multiply 90 with the coefficient of x square. What is the coefficient of x square? It is 2. That is minus 90 into 2 is going to give me minus 180. Now I need to find the factors of minus 180 in such a way that on splitting I should get the value as plus 3. So what I am going to do? 15 12s are minus 180, that is plus 15 and minus 12. So how I am going to write? 2x square plus 15 minus what it is? Minus 12x plus 15x minus 90 is equals to 0. See here, 12 is also a multiple of 2, right? That is why I can take out 2x common. Means if I take out 2x common, I am left with x minus 6. As I have said earlier, x minus 6 is the same. Okay, what I am supposed to write? I am supposed to write it as plus 15, that is 15 into x is 15x, plus into minus is minus, 15 6 are 90. This will be equal to 0. Now x minus 6 and x minus 6 is common, right? That is why I write down x minus 6. I am left with 2x plus 15 is equals to 0. This means what? This means x minus 6 is equals to 0 or 2x plus 15 is equals to 0. It means what? It means x is equals to 6. It means 2x is equals to plus 15. If I shift it that side, it's going to be minus 15. X is going to be minus 15 by 2. See, what we have considered x, the number of articles produced be x. Number of articles cannot be negative. Since number of articles cannot be negative, since number of articles cannot be negative, therefore what we are going to consider? Therefore x is equals to 6. And what about the cost of production of each articles? cost of production of each article. How we have considered that as 2x plus 3, nothing but 2 into 6 plus 3, 6 2s are 12 plus 3 is nothing but how much? It's going to be rupees 15. So students, what we have found? We have found the cost of production of each article and also the number of articles produced on that day. So I hope you all have followed the problems discussed today and also how to convert the given condition into the quadratic equation. So this was all about quadratic equation, finding the solution of quadratic equation by factorization method. In our next session, we are going to study about new method. Till then, keep studying and stay safe. Thank you.